Hello, gorgeous mama. Do you ever feel like your whole long entire day is one exhausting yes? For everyone else, just not for yourself. Then this episode is for you. We're gonna look at all these yeses and see what we can do about them. Hi, I'm Kathleen, and I'm supporting moms who are tired of yelling, too many shoulds on their plates, buried in schedules, to just find a little bit more clarity, joy, and peace, even on the hard days. And today we're going to talk about yes and no. Two simple small words. We're using them all day long, and still they can make such a big difference. Often it's actually like this. We mom think we're overwhelmed because we have too much to do. But what about, I'm telling you that the real reason isn't about how much we do, but where the yes is coming from and where the no is coming from. We're saying yes so easily without ever really choosing it. So maybe you can recognize this. For example, you're saying yes because your kids want you to do another activity, or you're saying yes to another activity. Yes, you're saying yes to the perfect, wonderful house. You're saying yes to answering more work messages, yes to doing that one more call before you wanted to leave the office, or maybe yes to that play date you didn't feel like you wanted to truly do. Yes to what everyone else expects. And slowly over time, we say no to presence, to actually what is truly important to us, to connection, and to ourselves. And we think saying yes making us a good mom. We think this is making us feeling better. But it also leaves us invisible in our own story. And here is a truth that I found. It is so much easier to say yes to someone else and no to the people closest to us than to actually say no to someone else, but yes to our kids and our family. It's a weird paradox, because you would think that saying yes to the people closest to us, it's so much more important. But somehow we're made up to fit in and to feel like we're part of a community around us, which makes us actually say yes easier to someone else, and that means also no to the people closest to us. And here's a big truth I know has changed so many lives already, from people I have been talking to or people who have heard this concept somewhere else. Every single yes is also a no. You've probably heard this, the moment you open a new door, you're closing another one, and so on. So which means every yes is a no and every no is a yes. What we're not aware is actually where are we spending the yes and the no at. And we're going to look at this, and I'm going to give you really few simple principles, a framework for you to take you through it, that you get aware where you're saying yes and where you're actually leaking energy. Because yes, you say yes to that perfect house. Isn't that wonderful, the idea of the perfect house? But it also means in the moment you're spending time to clean it, or you need to go to work so you can pay someone to clean it. You're saying in that moment also no to playing on the floor with your kids. Yes to maybe I want to climb that mountaintop. How many of us parents are so ambitious what we want to achieve for the family? And can we do it? Yes. But what are we saying no to? Maybe to explore the child's curiosity, to go off trail. I have experienced that with myself. Like when I go hiking, particularly with small kids, they can get curious about anything and they love going off trail. But I know also if we're going off trail, we're not going to make the mountaintop. That's a choice. What yes and what no am I actually choosing here in that moment? Yes to scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you are, and no to connection. How many of us sit there in the evening watching a TV show on Netflix or wherever, and at the same time scrolling? That is a yes and a no. It's our choice actually, and I think this is the beautiful part. Every no creates a space for a better yes, and we are the choosers and the driver. We can choose yes and no, but often we need to become aware of it. So here I'm going to give you now a framework and take you through it step by step that can help you to stop the trap of just saying unconsciously yes, so to say, and have a simple reset. Ready? Let's start with number one. The number one, it's like we pause and we breathe. Kind of, I feel like it's almost like always, it's always a number one. But why are we doing it? Because it helps us to take this pause, to take that break, to actually connect with ourselves, and then we can easier make that better choice later on. Without that little break in between, it's just a little bit harder. So again, before you do anything, take one deep breath. And then I'm reaching, I'm choosing. Like, just think about yourself. And this breath actually just interrupts the autopilot. And I think already taking a deep breath, gets you out of autopilot, makes you stop. Then number two, notice the trait actually. Ask yourself, if I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? Often we are very aware what we're saying yes to, but we're actually not aware what we're closing. Like I said, I love a clean house. I'm here like everyone else. I love a clean house. But I have come to notice that sometimes that clean house means no to playing with my kids. And I have to wonder, what is actually truly more important? I cannot make that decision for you. You can. But you need to know what yes does this mean and what is the no consequence on the other side. And becoming aware of the no, you can really check in. What is actually truly important to me? And that's actually already step number 3. Check in with your body and see which yes feels different. Look for where something where your body goes like almost like an exhale, like, that would be nice to do. Yes, that actually feels more right. My shoulders relax. Maybe you start getting a smile at the thought of doing something that you maybe would say no to normally. Or just this feeling of expansion. Like if I think to leave the house as it is, to go back to that example, and go with my kids to play at the beach, for example, or just being outside, it makes me actually feel a little bit jiddish and exciting. So listen to your body's information. You will find out what is your yes and no. And if you have clear, when I coach clients, I take them through a process that they know their family values, their intentional values. And you can always check in, if you have that, what is supporting what values. Like, for example, one of my strongest family values is connection. A cleaning house doesn't foster that, but playing with my kids actually does. Which doesn't mean I never clean my house, but it might look more often messy than some other people would accept it. And like I said, this yes and no, it's for everyone different. So listen to your body. And then we're going to step 4, choose the better yes that feels right. It's just sometimes it's not yes or no. It's just choosing that better yes that just feels better in your body. Like, instead of that, having that perfect dinner you planned, maybe pizza and TV with your kids and laughter is more important today. Maybe not finishing everything that you had on your to-do list today, but actually sitting down with your child and playing a round of Uno or whatever it is. Maybe that is going to actually make you feel so much better in the long term and create the memories that you actually truly want to create. Maybe don't go on that full hike today and trying to reach a mountain top and say, let's see what happens, and whatever happens, let it be. If we decide to go fishing instead because we're passing that wonderful lake and our kids start to make their own fishing routes, go for it. It doesn't matter if you reach the top or not. So it's never about, yes or no. It's just about choosing the better yes that is right now the best option for you. And that might change every day. So like me with the house cleaning, I'm not choosing always playing with my children over my house, but maybe more often so. And then the last step number 5 is, and that's I think also very, very important, is we have to release the no. So what I mean with that is whatever you choose, I'm going back to cleaning as an example. If I choose to play with my kids, I have to let go of the option of cleaning my house. So it doesn't help me if I play with my kids, but the whole time I think my house should be cleaner. That's not working. Then this is not the right yes or no. So then I maybe should have chosen differently. And this is maybe where you need to learn, because you see afterwards where you feel like maybe that wasn't so smart. Maybe I should have chosen differently. And the next time you do it better, right? But it is important to let go. So no guilt. No guilt about what you have chosen. You have chosen, that's it. You get another chance the next time around, so to say, okay? Because The no creates the space for the life that you actually want, and it's not going to always be perfect. Okay? And remember, like particularly when we speak parenting here, children don't need a perfect home. They don't need a perfect life, but they need a present mother or a father. They want parents and other people around them who care, who laugh with them, who connect with them, and who play with them. So be there in the messy bits, and then let the messy be messy sometimes. I think that's the biggest advice. And you know, when you start to choosing your intentional yeses, something starts to shift. It's almost like you start to feel calmer. It's like this mini reset. Every yes where you choose something that is important to you, like in my case, connection, particularly with my kids and my husband, every time we choose that, our kids feel that. We start to feel calmer. And it's perfect for our nervous system, you know, when you feel a lot overwhelmed and stressed and you have no clarity, maybe these yes and no's are going to be hard for you in the beginning, but with each yes and with each no, this becomes easier and you start to feel calmer. Your kids start to notice it, and motherhood becomes, again, much lighter and more fun again. And so today, maybe just notice for today, where are you saying yes? Where do you give your power away? Out of autopilot, maybe out of guilt, out of pressure, and where could you bring one small intentional yes in? And if you feel like your nervous system is constantly running on empty, just grab my 3 audio tracks, A Moment for You, which help you to energize, to reset, and to ground. You find the link in below. Each of these tracks is less than 5 minutes, and they help you to ground and maybe choose the better yes. And comment below, what yes did you choose today? I love to hear it, all the comments. So let me know. I'm really curious. And as always, from one wildly rooted mama to another, let's keep growing and glowing together.